Adventure time!
Let's dance!
Adventure time!
I'll keep an eye on you.
Wow! It looked impressive enough from the outside, but this is where all of Tibet... Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, oh, right! It's quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon, quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all...
Adventure time!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to... Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the more immense, hiding away the
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing. The time for discussion and diplomacy is either way. Win the battle.
Battle? So you're...
Instead of confronting you when she faces a worthy... But as for me...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen...
Oh, so besides, you could... Fighting talk, This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
You can't run!
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
All you do is run. This.
Yeah!
Let's light it up! You can't run! Yeah!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not that. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
You're a cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was... And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess this battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called...
Pretty sure that's not the norm.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also... As such, we must
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbinger.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's...
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils... Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our... With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation, but knowing that such an action will not... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have knew. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now, and you...
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan... Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts up...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it... And as fate would have it, one... For what could you mortals ever look...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
My duty at an end.
Yeah! Shiver!
classified! This! Use this first. Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun. That seemed to work.
Everybody stand back! You can't run!
Quiet.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Judgment!
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
It's like I went too far. Frozen descent.
Adventure time! You can't run! With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
You can't run! Let's light it up! Ha!
No excuse for slacking. My work. Finished. Now you're not going anywhere. Cooked.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak! In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Looks like I went too far.
Punishment!
This isn't good.
Let's light it up!
Breaking a sweat.
I'm going in!
No excuse. duty.
Timber! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
You can't run!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed... The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex...
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income. At first, it was only the size of a small room, But with continued expansion, it has become... It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting...
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing, I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only...
Each of the 7 nations has...
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an out...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend... I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as... Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't...
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, although their blood is weak. The time of contracts...
See,
Your line of inquiry is...
Seems like the Adepti have had a...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of... Fair enough. Away we shall.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one... But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but Child wanted to unleash the god, so he could lure... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't still need to get to the bottom. Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptilus Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you put...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Gold... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the... We had better go...
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring Oh, it seems that...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle, so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the...
Paimon knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're... No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole... Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is not even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, I stood motionless among...
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue The city I had dwelt in for so long, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Chylda, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their role. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly... That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured with...
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired... Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum.
Huh?
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically...
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny...
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade.
Realistically speaking, there is no such...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to... Uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.